Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. Welcome into 6 p.m. in Lincoln with former Nebraska linebacker Chris Kolarevic.
Intercepted. Ball game over. Picked off by Chris Kolarevic.
This is 6 p.m. in Lincoln with Chris Kolarevic, sponsored by the Teammates Mentoring Program on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, we're good. We good now? Can you hear me? The mic, I don't think my headphones are on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, we are live in studio. It's 6 p.m. in Lincoln. We got Blair Brooks on the show, former UNI Panther. That's where I met him. I went to school at UNI with him. He's a long jumper, track athlete, now long jumping professionally. Welcome on the show, man.
What's up, Chris? Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate it.
Great to hear your voice. How you been, man?
It's been a long time.
It has. How's things been going for you?
You know, it's going good, man. Just kind of getting into outdoor season. Going to be starting here soon. So
cool.
Just kind of getting that prep in from, indoor, outdoors, two different things. So I was trying to get that. So my last meet was like mid-February. For indoor, I kind of battled a little bit of weeks and like that. So rehab that for a couple of weeks, and then it's just really hard training block until about here. Probably open up here in a couple of weeks.
Beautiful. I'm going to get a look at you're behind me on the screen. So I'm going to get a look at your face real quick. So I've been doing this show. It's been probably, what has it been, Jake? 5-6 months?
Yeah, I think so.
And we've been having some awesome guests on here. And kind of how I structure it is, I've been taking people through and having them talk about their journey as they grew up and what kind of made them and got them to the position that they're in. So I'll start with that. Were you always a track athlete? Was it always long jump, or how did you develop as an athlete?
Well, this might be a little long, but I'll try to keep it short. So.
Hey, we got an hour, so take your time.
Okay, we got an hour, so I kind of, just average journey, man. It started out middle, everyone does track like middle school and just for fun with their friends. I started out just high jumping. And, my 7th grade didn't do very well. Just kind of was just out there having fun. I kind of grew really fast, so my limbs weren't really all in sync with each other yet.
Mm-hmm.
And then I might have jumped like, I don't even know, like 5 foot or 5'2" or something like that. No, I'm like 6 in 8th grade in high jump.
Mm.
And then I was still kind of focused. Yeah.
That's up there for 8th grade.
So I jumped like 5'6", and I was like, okay, maybe there might be something there, but I was more focused on football.
Mm.
So my freshman year of high school,
what position were you playing in football?
Wide receiver, man.
I was going to say, had to be wide receiver. You would have been a dog of a wide receiver. You got those long arms.
I know, I was too tall. I couldn't move that well.
Yeah, that's how it goes. I noticed that with people, like a lot of people that grow a lot in middle school, they take a minute to kind of get used to their body.
I was slow, man. I could not move. I was stuck in the dirt.
Yeah.
But so freshman year was really on football. I had fall season came, football happened. I was gonna go out for basketball, decided not to. And just kind of around just lifting in the winter at my high school. I went to Marion High School back in Iowa. So I was just lifting, and I started going like the track workouts, with kind of just like individual trainings. I was like, okay, there might be something here. So I had a really good coach named Ben Rowan, kind of got me introduced to kind of what my full potential is. So started my freshman year, I remember my first meet, I jumped 5'8" or 5'10". I don't know, man, it's been a while. I think I jumped 5'10".
Who is this guy? Like, who is it? I mean, 5'8" or 5'10" as a freshman, you're making some waves.
It gets better here. Okay, so I jumped 5'10". Cool. And then I jumped 6'1". And so that was the first 2 indoor meets of the year. And I was like in sprint spikes, man. It was just like I had no idea what I was doing. Some of the meets I didn't even have a mark. Like I didn't put tape, I just kind of ran and jumped. Yeah. And then next meet I went 6'4", and the next meet I went 6'5". My freshman year. And I was kind of like, oh snap, I can do this kind of.
Yeah, when you start getting to that, when you start getting better that quickly, it's like, okay, I might be able to do this at a higher level.
And I just had no idea. And then so through high school, I was pretty good at track and field, but it was kind of like second fiddle to me. I was always really focused on football.
Okay. I like you. I like you more now.
Obviously, man. It was
You got
football.
Yeah.
Because middle school, like growing up, it was all baseball. It was all baseball. And that kind of shifted my focus. Football, I was focused on football. But in track, it actually helped me get more offers in football. Especially my junior year state meet when I was state champion in both high jump and long jump.
What'd you jump in those meets?
I jumped 23 feet in long, and I jumped 6'7" in high.
23?
So,
was the pit long enough?
Oh, plenty long, man. Plenty of distance.
23 is out there for high school.
That kind of helped me kind of get my foot in the door of football. Like, okay, this guy is a little bit athletic. So
yeah, coaches like that. Coaches really like to see track guys, especially if they can compete and put up good numbers. They like that.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And that's it. I started to get a decent amount of attention in track, but I just never really entertained many of them because I was just so focused on football.
Cool.
But, being 17, that's just is what it is. But fast forward to here, I played football. I ended up doing pretty well. Track did pretty well. I ended up going to Iowa my first year. I played football. So I played football in Iowa my first year.
I actually didn't know that about you. I didn't know you went to Iowa for football.
Yeah, we don't talk about it much.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's actually amazing. So you were recruited and went to play at Iowa you were playing receiver.
I was actually going to be I was supposed to when I first got there playing. I was going to do football and track at Iowa.
What year was that?
2018. So I graduated high school in 2018. So
2018.
plan was going to be.
Play with Oliver Martin.
He was a year after.
Oh, okay.
But I played with Oliver Martin on travel football for 3 years, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade.
Yeah, he's the Iowa City legend.
I think I just skipped over the travel football. We had I played for the Cedar Rapids Longhorns. I was coached by Tony Lombardi. We had so Rocky Lombardi was the quarterback.
Yep.
We had about 12 guys go Division I from that team. It was like, if you look back on that,
That's wild.
But first year at Iowa, wasn't a fan, wasn't for me. And the biggest blessing in my life happened, and I ended up at University of Northern Iowa.
I'm curious. I'm curious what made it not for you. Like, what was it about? Was it the fact that it was a bigger school, or the fact that it was football and you wanted to do track? What was it about Iowa that made you want to go to UNI and give up football?
So honestly, it was a little bit of both. You kind of nailed it both on the head there. I didn't know at the time, but I just don't think football was the true love for me. So I didn't realize that till later in college, but I don't think I ever loved football. I never loved football like I thought I did.
Yeah.
Because the thing I got caught up in kind of is all the hype and glory of football and the crowds and,
Yeah.
So I kind of got caught up in that. But yeah, Iowa was just way too big of a school for me. Like, I don't know. I just wasn't. It just wasn't the right time for me.
Overwhelming. I think with those bigger schools, you can kind of get caught up in all that, in all the things going on, and it kind of takes time away from your craft.
Definitely.
Having played at both type of schools, it can take time away from your craft, I think.
Yeah, and I played a little bit of travel ball with Riley Moss, who's with the Broncos right now. He was my roommate my first year there. So I met a lot of good people that I still talk to this day.
Yeah.
So I still keep in contact with Julius Berens, who plays with the Colts right now.
Mm-hmm.
Riley, like Spencer Petras, they're all great guys, and kind of find the camaraderie there. And I'll still forever talk to those guys, but it just wasn't for me. So I moved on. Best decision of my life was University of Northern Iowa.
Same. Couldn't agree more.
I'm telling you, man. Best school there is.
That place is amazing.
Actually, my first class.
There's something special about that Northern Iowa.
It really is, man. You know how it is.
Mm-hmm.
First class, first semester.
Go ahead.
With you.
Sorry, I didn't interrupt you.
Hey, remember first class together? We had a class together.
Oh, what was it?
Come on, public health.
Public health. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I do remember that class. Yeah.
Yeah, that was my first class I walked into, and you're there.
Okay.
I got there. I got the UNI first day, like I think day before fall camp.
Okay.
Because I didn't get till like mid-June, or early July.
Yeah.
So I didn't get there. So I got there day before fall camp. There's like Coach Farley was just like, just be ready to run and compete. And I was like, all right.
Yeah.
That's how I just trained myself that summer and did that. But yeah.
So how did football go for you at UNI? What was your experience like with UNI football?
I loved it, man. I loved it. I was ineligible my first year because of transfer, but
I think I remember that. Yeah, because the portal was still not. You still had to take a year off in between.
Yeah.
At the time.
So that happened. So I just I loved my experience at UNI though for football. We had a really good team, that 2019 team.
Mm-hmm. Like a really good team.
You're still hurt, right?
I played 10 games that season.
Okay.
Yeah.
We went to the quarters that year.
We did. James Madison.
We had a really good wide receiver room. So I learned from a lot of guys. We had like Jalen Ryan, James, Isaiah Weston,
Mm-hmm.
Nick Phillips. We had a great just wide receiver room that.
Yeah, the dogs.
Dogs. I really got to learn from and come close with. And so then that happened late. I think it was late October. One practice, I dove for a ball, and I didn't know at the time, but I tore my labrum. So I tore my labrum completely. I didn't find out until a couple weeks later, but so that happened. We went home. I had surgery in January, so that's how late we didn't figure it out. I was like, this isn't just getting better. So I ended up not having surgery until January, and then rehabbing, and then COVID hits, and
I had an issue like that at UNI too, where I had a surgery much later than I should have.
Multiple times, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That foot, I had a foot thing. I did my freshman year, I broke my foot and then had a cast on, got out of the cast. And then when I got out of the cast, then I needed surgery because like we had kind of missed something and there was more wrong with it than they thought there was. So I had to get surgery and then got surgery so late that I came back too early and played. So I played those 10 games that season and I did it again. So I had to get another surgery. How was that? What impact did that shoulder injury have on your career, on your mental? How did you handle that? Was that when you decided to be done with football?
No, I'll get to that here. I'll finish up and then I'll kind of
keep going.
It's kind of a full circle, kind of funny story, but so that COVID happens. We all went home. I was rehabbing my shoulder, just like you said, actually, and then we got called back. I think randomly, like July.
Yeah, and we had to wear masks in practice.
Yeah, they're like, "Hey, you got." I got a call. We had Joe Gans was our receiver coach at the time. I've never met him. Right. He got hired late. Yeah. And he's like, "Hey, man, apparently you guys are going to come back like in 2 days or something like that."
Nebraska legend, Joe Gans.
Nebraska legend. He's still the season leader, right?
That Jake, do you know the answer to that question?
Definitely, he has a school record still. That's what
Jake might know better than me.
Yeah, I think he's still got some school records. Let me double check.
Yeah, do some research on that.
He definitely does. That's how I talk about it. If he watches that, I'm sorry, but
yeah, I think he's coaching offense at Middle Tennessee State right now. I remember right.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I was actually training back in Cedar Falls last winter and actually ran into him. We ended up talking for a while.
Cool. Yeah, I saw him. I saw him at he came to a Nebraska camp when he was at UNI. Like he was recruiting there. And I remember talking to him for a while. Yeah, great dude.
Yeah, he's got the record for touchdowns in a game with 7 as far as passing. Also in a game yards, 510, as well as a season with 3,568.
He was like that.
Good stat check.
That's 7 touchdowns in one game. Who was he playing? Georgia Southern?
They play Kansas State that day.
Oh, I had Georgia Southern catch a stray. Crazy.
Hey, I have to throw shots at Georgia Southern because they beat us my senior year.
That's you got to get that.
He said, why did Georgia Southern catch a stray?
I understand now. It's all good now.
Yeah, that one's burned in my memory.
But yeah, so we got really short notice in July. I was like I'm just like you mentioned with your foot. I was like, I think I'm ready. But again, we were at home, and I was like, I haven't like had any contact prep or any like, and there was no rules. So like we didn't know if we're gonna be in pads right away or
0 rules.
Man, so we did. Yeah, you know how it was, man. We did that prep.
Hilarious. It's
We
like
did
you're
that
wearing,
prep.
you're wearing masks under your helmets. Like, what are we doing now?
We had like those plastic things on the face mask. It wasn't even a mask. They put the plastic thing around the, like a visor, pretty much. But
yeah,
whatever. But yeah, so that ended up happening. So we did like that 3-week kind of sort of camp, but it was like I think it just helmets. I don't even know. But then they ended up postponing the season.
I remember that.
It kind of, I was just like, thank God, kind of, because
I remember when that went down. I remember because I want to say we were ranked number 2 going into that season. Like that was the team that was like, we were loaded. We were ready to go.
Mean, we had Penny and Spencer Brown.
Yeah, we had some dogs.
We had everyone.
And I remember Farley called us up. Farley's the head coach at UNI. He called us. He called about 8 or 10 of us up into one of the conference rooms up in the offices, and he said we had to cancel it. And he was trying to play games. Like he was trying to find like random games to play. He was trying to play like Wyoming. Yeah, he was trying to find like a Wyoming game. Like I want to say he was trying to play Air Force or Western Michigan. Like he was trying to find any and all games to play. Like just play like yeah. But we ended up not playing any games that season. That's actually when I went in the portal.
Yeah, I remember.
But those were crazy times. Nobody knew what was going on.
Nobody knew what was going on. So we did that whole fall. We did like helmets only, like camp. It was like camp because they're like you can still get the practices in pretty much.
Yeah.
It was like when everyone was asking questions and there was just no guidelines. Like, can we practice? And like, oh, sure.
Like I guess.
That's how pretty much. And then they're like, so we went 2 weeks of that. And they're like, oh, you actually can't wear helmets anymore. So it has to just be like non-contact. That's all. And then ended up just doing that stuff. But I was like, okay, I feel good. I'm ready to go. So, that whole fall went and happened. We had like fall instead of a spring game. So we did actual like fall ball.
Yep.
Or spring ball in the fall. And that I did really well that fall. I had no issues, did really well. I come back for winter. So we came back in late December, early January. And so we did that was going to be, because we were going to play in the spring. That was going to be our camp, so to say. So that was going to be our fall camp in the winter. I was doing pretty well. I forgot what actually was. It was like one of those dog days of camp where it's like week 2 or something. We're doing a drill and I just feel my shoulders absolutely go again.
That's a bad feeling.
Yeah, this one, it wasn't like the first time. I knew this time.
When you've done it once, you know exactly what happens when you
when
you do it again.
I remember I walked out of the drill and went to who was our trainer at the time? I forgot. I went to one of the trainers and I was like, I just tore my shoulder again. Because you can feel it. It's just like dead weight. It's just like, it doesn't even like hurt that. It's just like a dead weight and it's dull.
So you said,
hurt that again. Ended up, they're like, it wasn't, here's another, I'm not going to funny one on the butt. They said it wasn't as bad as it was. So I ended up playing that spring season and like practicing and stuff, but it was a straw. I knew something else was up. And then we ended up after the MRI. So I got a dye MRI, where they put the dye in your shoulder and like it shows the tears. Nothing showed up. I was like, okay. I went back and I ended up having, I'll just fast forward. I ended up having surgery, I think, in June. And of course, when I got done with surgery, they're like, yeah, your labrum is completely torn again on the same shoulder. It was on the left one. Yep, same thing. It was completely torn because I already was like full on. They're like, hey, we're just going to go in and see what's wrong. It could be like a minor thing, minor incision, or might have to be something worse. So, all right. So, yeah, my capsule, my shoulder capsule was completely torn off, and then my labrum was completely torn.
Brutal.
So I was like, all right, that's fine. So here's where it kind of gets interesting, the story. So I was just like, all right, I'm like, I don't want to. If this happens again, I was asking, I'm like, if this happens a second time, what's it not going to happen a third time? And I do not want to rehab a third one.
No, absolutely not.
So they were like, yeah, I'd probably, if you don't want to take a risk, it's never zero, but I think it was a big risk, but it's never zero. And they were just like, yeah, I think if you don't want it to happen again, you should just be done with football. And I was like, all right. But kind of like at that moment, a kind of weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I could see that. Happening.
Yeah, I'm done, man.
Yeah. Especially if your heart wasn't all the way in it, like you said.
So that's when I started to figure it out when I was hurt. I was like, I just don't think.
Yeah. Hey, let me tell you something. Those injuries will make you think. Those injuries, you got a lot of time in that training room to start thinking.
A lot of time to think about that.
A lot of
time. But yeah, ended up, I was going to take a medical hardship and just be done.
Mm-hmm.
Just get my scholarship, just be done with sports. But Jeffrey Coover, the assistant track coach at UNI, I ran into him one day. I was like, hey, so what's your plan? I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to be done. He's like, you want to join the track team? And I was like, I'll think about it. It only took me like one day to think about it. And I was like, I'm in. I was like, let's do it.
You don't really
I rehab the shoulder, but I'll be ready and full go in like October, November.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how it kind of all started. I could just run. I couldn't like jump or anything that first fall, so I was just running with the team, and ended up. I was kind of like, I wasn't thinking anything. I was like, okay, I got like 1-2 more years of eligibility. I'm just gonna go for it and just have fun. So I didn't really know anyone on the team. Just kind of went for it, just practiced, and first meet did pretty well indoor. And just kind of every meet, I was just kind of building, and the more I fell in love with it in the process. And like I look forward to practice every day. I look forward to getting better.
Mm-hmm.
And I owe a lot of that to my coach. It's a really great.
Go ahead.
I was like, he just made me be there every day, and I was just getting better, and he was giving me attention. Yeah. Something that in football you don't get. You don't get that kind of love because I know there's a bunch of other people, but it was perfect for me.
No, a great coach can really change your life, and it's a really great feeling when you start coming back from those injuries and you start to feel like yourself again. You start to feel that bounce in your step, that swag kind of coming back. You're getting a coach that really believes in you. That could really change your life. Yeah,
it honestly did because I was like, if I played, I was like special teams guy, and I wasn't anything like catching 12 balls a game or anything. I was just gonna be. So it kind of gave me like a sense of purpose. I was like, okay, I'm helping this team out. So yeah, it was like I consider it my first year. It was my first year collegiate track. I took after taking 4 years off from high school and college. Took 4 years off completely at track, not even thinking about it. Just kind of hopped in. I ended up getting 4th in long jump and triple jump at MVC Indoors, Missouri Valley Indoor Conference meet. And outdoors, really good outdoors, just kept progressing. I ended up getting almost like one spot out of qualifying for national prelims in long jump. And I was a good high jumper too. I was good at high, and he taught me how to triple jump, so that helped. So yeah,
you did all three of them.
I sprinted. I could be on a relay. I could do it. I did high jump and triple jump. Didn't even know it was an event. He taught me how to triple jump.
Doing triple jump, sprinting, high jumping, just an overall athlete.
So yeah, I ended up doing pretty well. I think I ended up jumping. Yeah, I jumped like wasn't anything special, but it was good enough for being a first year.
All right, let's we gotta take a quick commercial break here. We'll be back in like 2 or 3 minutes. I want to pick up at the end of the break. I want to hear about how you got into doing it professionally, all that. I want to kind of pick up where we left off. So I'll see you in a couple minutes.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up.
But why?
Because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Ella Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela, they let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit allofiber.com to switch today.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. And on behalf of the entire Koppel team, we would like to say thank you to all of our loyal customers and employees that have allowed us to become one of the most successful GM dealerships in the country for the past 50 years. So we are celebrating that with some huge discounts. Right now, we have up to $13,500 off MSRP or 0% APR on select new models, and new Blazer EVs are leasing for $279 a month with zero down. So check us out online at koppelcars.com. All deals with approved credit. See dealer for details.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays. Games of bowling, shoe rental, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
Attention all wing fans! Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 89-cent boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.29 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today at 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village.
I used to smoke. I thought of cigarettes as my best friend.
They were always there for me when I needed a break.
I also thought cigarettes were my best friend, and then they gave me peripheral artery disease.
I smoked and had a stroke. Actually, multiple strokes.
I smoked and have heart disease. Here's my tip. If cigarettes are your friend, you need a better friend.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Back to 6 p.m. in Lincoln with Chris Kolarevic, sponsored by the Teammates Mentoring Program on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, we're back in studio. We're on our second segment. We got Blair Brooks in studio. We're talking about he went from Iowa playing football and track to UNI playing football and track at South Carolina, doing a little professional long jumping and high jumping. So we're at his stage in his journey where we're going through how things went, what his mentality was when he was going through those different stages, and we're just getting to the end of UNI right now in his story.
So I'll pick it up right from there, just like you said.
I
graduated from UNI. So I graduated from UNI. I was kind of in a tough spot. I had 1 year of eligibility left. I found out I thought I had 2 more, but I got denied a COVID year. Imagine that. I'm probably the only person in history denied a COVID year right now. But
how did you get denied a COVID year? That doesn't make any sense. Nobody got denied a COVID year.
They gave me a COVID year for football, but not for track.
That doesn't make sense. How?
Remember, this was
we got I didn't even introduce you. This is Brehan, my intern for the show.
What's up, Blair? How you doing?
He's got some insight on this.
Oh, I'm well, man. So I think that makes sense because you used your full year at University of Iowa, correct, for football, right?
In Northern Iowa.
In Northern Iowa, so they probably used those 2 years and equated that to your year, if that makes sense.
Yeah. But then I was given 1 waivers and 7th years, so it's like
that's all right.
I just got the short end of the stick. It was a bad. It was a bad
wild
for the
times
NCAA.
in college football. You had people playing for 7 or 8 years in college, and that was you had 30-year-olds.
Well, we had John play for 6, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I played 6, but I played 6.
Yeah, but you were hurt once, right?
I was hurt, and then my COVID year I didn't even play because at Nebraska they played a season, but UNI we didn't even play a season. So I really only played 4 seasons.
True.
So I had a football year. Did not take it though. Elected not to take it. But so
after all the waivers, I don't blame you, bro.
Yeah, man. So I was kind of in a tough spot. Graduated from UNI. I needed a 1 year, so I found out 1 year of eligibility. I was like, all right, well, I want to get my master's, so I wanted to find like a 1 year program for a school. Mm-hmm. So I ended up. It was a hard decision, but I entered the portal, and I ended up at University of South Carolina. I did a year of track there. I ended up meeting some great people and having some great mentors and teammates, but I didn't get better. I only improved in triple jump. And that was just because I was just understood the event more. It was just experience. It wasn't anything training wise or anything, but it didn't sit well with me knowing I was sitting at the SEC Outdoor Track Championships where I didn't do well. And that was the end of the road for me. And I was like, well, this isn't going to go well. And I picked up my phone, texted my UNI track coach, Jeff Coover, who I mentioned. And I was like, I'm just not happy at how this went, man. And he's like, I think you can jump a lot farther. I was like, I think I can too. So he's like, we're going to do this? I was like, yeah, let's do it. So I ended up switching coaches. I graduated from South Carolina from a master's. And I decided to pursue post-collegiate. I was like, I'm just going to give it 1 year and see where it goes. So I ended up, I'm still training. I was still training in Columbia, South Carolina. So he's kind of training remotely. So he's giving me workouts. I was sending him videos every day. So we did that for fall. Like I still do that now, but we did that all last year. And there's a professional training group here that trains all 400 runners. So like Matthew Bolin's in it, Quinera Hayes, Ja'Cory Patterson. They all Ja'Cory and Quinera just won gold at World Indoors yesterday. So we got a really big group here. I train with them, so I'm there at practice with them. We train at University of South Carolina. So I'm there with them, but I'm still trained by Jeff Coover.
Hey, Matthew Bowling's that guy that went to Georgia he went viral in high school for being crazy fast,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
I'm thinking of the right guy, right?
Yep, 100-meter dash.
I remember seeing those
my
videos.
best.
He was just dusting everybody.
Dude, he was working him. He was winning by more than a tenth of a second.
Literally.
It was insane.
Yeah.
For like triple, it was 6A.
Unreal.
Mm-hmm.
So you were training at South Carolina. So when you were training professionally, you were training at South Carolina. Did I hear that right?
Yeah, so I'm still here now. So last year I ended up having I struggled a little bit early on, but not too much. But I ended up having a really good year last year. And so I was like, all right, we're just going to keep going. And I did this training remotely. And kind of a little inspiration I got from that is Quincy Hall, the 400-meter gold medalist in the Summer Olympics last year. So he won gold medal in the 400, and he trains remotely. He trains by himself at South Carolina.
Mm.
Yeah,
I'm curious, how is it, because you're not really on a team, how is it mentally training for your sport when when it's really just you out there? I mean, you got guys with you, but it's really you're solo, not on a team, you're just training for you. How does that affect you mentally, and how is that different in preparation?
It's just like it's just you.
Yeah.
You just got to focus on yourself, and you just got to really love it. And because if I go out, I'm training remote, if I don't have to go out there every day. Like I can be like, oh, I'm gonna take today off. I'm just not gonna go today.
It's on you. It's really on you at this point.
Yeah, and then my coach Coover is gonna text me like, oh, how was the workout? He's gonna call me. How's the workout? I'll be like, oh yeah, it was good, man. And I'm just gonna go. I'm out there.
Good lie. You don't have to go.
You gotta have a strong mindset, man. Like I see Quincy out.
Yeah, where do you think? I'm curious. Where do you think that mindset comes from? Because I mean, honestly, it's hard to go from 3 different schools and then still want to do that sport. Where does that mindset come from? What's your overall, how do you approach that with your philosophy on how you approach your sport? What's your mindset?
Yeah, man, it was a long time coming I just want to be successful, man. I just want to be great. I want to be one of the best long jumpers in the world.
It's like that Drake song that I just want to be.
It's just from within, man. I just want to be the best. I know you had Kobe Hilton on a few weeks ago.
Yeah, that's my dog.
Man, he just wants to be the best. I'll listen to that. Yeah, he wants to be the best. And track is all you.
There, dude. I'm watching him run. I've been seeing some videos of him running. He's running like 6.5s in the 60.
He's gonna have a good year.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So I signed with a agent recently, so it's my first year of actually trying to get people coordinated.
Congratulations.
Appreciate it. So it's nice getting to sit back. So post-collegiate track and professional work, last year I found all the meets myself. You got to email meet directors and stuff, but now I can this year I can just kind of sit back, because last year was all just trying to get better and improve, because I came off a rough year.
Right.
This year I can kind of shift the focus to be like, okay, we can do it. I actually ran first training and kind of for fun to see where I'm at. I ran the 100-meter yesterday at the South Carolina home meet. I ran 10:63, which is a huge personal best for me. So not bad for a long jump, right?
No.
Not bad for a long jump. You couldn't run in middle school.
Oh, I mean, it's worth bringing up the Olympics. Because your long jump, I mean, I don't know the details on what you need to long jump to get to the Olympics, but from what I understand, you're pretty close, right?
Yeah, man. So I have a pretty, I don't know what I am, but I have a pretty high US ranking right now, so I'm doing pretty well. But this is just I haven't jumped outdoor this year, and I know this outdoor season is going to be incredible for me.
Mm-hmm.
My body feels good. Everything. Training's just led to some great opportunities for me, so I'm ready.
Finally feeling, got an agent, healthy, in a good spot training. Things are clicking a little bit, it seems like.
Better. Nothing better than that. So
Nothing.
This is one of the first times where I can say everything's lining up, everything's clicking. I'm ready. I'm fully ready to go.
Yeah, that feels amazing.
I don't know when I'm opening them up, probably a couple of weeks, but I'm ready to go whenever.
That's amazing.
I get a lot of tests to my coach for that. He's got me ready, and just trusting in the training program, just believing in it, and him believing in me. But yeah, we're ready to go, ready to roll.
That belief, even from one person, that belief means so much.
Yeah, because I ended up jumping, like, I'm trying to convert for you. I jumped to like 25.7, 25.6 last June.
Okay, I'm not very tuned into track. What do you need to jump to make the Olympics, like roughly?
It depends on your country. So the U.S. team's the hardest team to make, and it varies.
sure.
Probably like 26, 27, but because the U.S. team's hardest to make, so it's kind of, it varies. A bunch of like
You got to jump another. You got to add a half a foot.
I can do that. It's just like that much, you know.
Yeah, it's like what is that like?
Yeah, man. It's the world of track. It's just that much.
It's like a
Just
toe.
that. Yeah,
It's
he's
like
got
a
to go a
big
little further. So yeah, I'm really excited for outdoor this year. It's gonna be really nice. The 100-meter down just sparked something in me yesterday. So kind of just seeing I can. I don't think I ever run 10.
Yeah, you see that time and you realize, oh, my body is ready to go. My body is feeling great.
Yeah, just ready to go. I just got in because I run my race here. I don't do that. And I'm meeting guys that it's their full time.
Right.
They're doing it. They train it for it every day.
That's impressive.
But yeah, that's my coach. He's got me ready for anything.
Cool.
So yeah,
hopefully we're gonna take one more break here. We got one more segment, another like 2-3 minute break. We'll see you soon. Sorry to cut you off. All right.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Husker fans, excited for some softball action at Bowlin Stadium this year, but can't commit to a full season ticket? They've got you covered. Introducing the On Deck Deal. Snag tickets to 5 Husker home games for as little as $30. This partial season lets you choose any 5 games, including one from the Maryland series. Whether you prefer general admission or reserve seating, packages start at just $30. Get your On Deck deal today at huskers.com/tickets. Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at doorsplusllc.com or give them a call at 402-590-5800.
You hungry? You know you are. We got chicken fingers, crunchy, fries are golden crispy, baby. Yo, don't forget about the cane sauce, baby. Ooh, right, here's the spot. Hello.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Hey everyone, Lance here with Black Label. We specialize in creating custom crafted decks, pergolas, patio covers, and more. Plus, our retractable screens, gazebos, and patio enclosures create the ultimate outdoor retreat. With over 50 years of combined experience, we're not just builders, we're creators of unforgettable memories.
Call them today at 402-730-6333 or visit blacklabelbuilt.com for a free consultation.
Let's turn your backyard dreams into reality.
Black Label Built, built to serve, built to last.
I used to smoke. I thought a cigarette is my best friend.
They were always there for me when I needed a break.
I also thought cigarettes were my best friend, and then they gave me peripheral artery disease.
I smoked and had a stroke. Actually, multiple strokes.
I smoked and have heart disease. Here's my tip. If cigarettes are your friend, you need a better friend.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Travis with Midwest Bank, now with 2 branches conveniently serving Lincoln and 8 other locations across Nebraska. We're here to help you with any of your needs. From opening a checking account to buying a home or financing your business, our staff is here for you. Stop in and you might see Shin Daddy himself. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank, member FDIC.
Well, it's the middle of winter, the holidays are over, and the weather is unpredictable. Isn't there anything to look forward to? You bet there is! Cash Blast from your Nebraska Lottery is back! Until April 1st, buy a 2x2 ticket and enter the voucher number online for a chance to win one of 7 weekly drawings for $5,000 or $500. And if your voucher is from a 7-day draw ticket, your prize is doubled. Hey, there's nothing like a little green to cure the winter blues. 2x2 top prize odds, 1 in 105,000.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and on behalf of the entire Koppel team, we would like to say thank you to all of our loyal customers and employees that have allowed us to become one of the most successful GM dealerships in the country for the past 50 years. So we are celebrating that with some huge discounts. Right now, we have up to $13,500 off MSRP or 0% APR on select new models, and new Blazer EVs are leasing for $279 a month with 0 down. So check us out online at koppelcars.com. All deals with approved credit. See dealer for details.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
At Planet Fitness, we're declaring it. This is the year of getting stronger. And future stronger you can get started now by saving $28 or more when you join today. You in? We have all the best in-class equipment you could ever need to keep stepping it up. And free fitness training to help you mix up your routine. Plus, most clubs are open 24 hours. So let's do this. Join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more. Just $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends February 28th. See Home Club for details.
Back to 6 p.m. in Lincoln with Chris Kolarevic, sponsored by the Teammates Mentoring Program on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, we're back. We got one more segment with Blair Brooks. This one's going to be about 10 minutes. And I think I kind of cut you off to go to break. I'd love to hear what you had to say before we cut off.
Oh, yeah, man. So, yeah, I was going to say, so my jump last year ended up getting, so my best jump was like 25.6, 25.7 around there. I ended up getting, what's really kind of going at the Olympic trial standard. So that kind of just kept me going, hitting that standard that I've been shooting for. So that happened, here this year, and I'm planning some meets, hopefully have some big meets to go to, maybe go to Europe this summer.
Mm-hmm. So I got a question for you, and this is something I ask a lot of people. Getting to that level where you are one of like the top couple people in your discipline or whatever you're doing, being great. Like, what do you feel like, in your opinion, what does it take to be great?
It sounds cliche, man. You just got to like believe in yourself and eat, sleep, your profession and what you do. Just really go all in on saying, okay, this is my full-time job. This is what I'm going to try to do. There's not much money in track and field, so it's hard. It's very, very difficult. I know guys that work overnight at UPS or work overnight at Walmart like some of the fastest guys in the world you wouldn't even know.
Mm-hmm.
They'll show up every work. That's just what separates people. You gotta have so much discipline in this sport. Because if not, it'll just eat you up and show.
You gotta have the discipline.
Yeah.
Eat, sleep, breathe, obsession.
It's just you out there. You got a team and support system,
every
but
little inch.
it's just like wrestling or mixed martial arts. It's only you out there.
Yeah.
And no one can help you when the gun goes off or you're jumping.
How do you talk to yourself in your head? What's your self-talk like?
You just okay. So I think to myself, I'm like, okay, I've done it. I can do it. I'm friends with all the top long jumpers in the U.S. and I'm with. I tell myself that all the time. So at these meets, I'm just like, okay, I beat some of these guys. In high school, I used to watch Marquise Dendy. He's one of the best long jumpers in American history. He used to long jump for Florida, multiple-time U.S. champion, made the Olympics. So I used to look up to him, or I still do kind of. So I used to watch all his videos when I was trying to learn how to long jump, and I faced him in last year and I beat him. So it's just kind of stuff like that. Yeah, it was a really cool moment for me. I know he didn't jump his best, but
so how do you deal with when you do have doubts creep in? Because it's impossible not to. How do you deal with doubts?
And it's hard. They do creep in too, man.
They do.
You really have to trust in the process and what you're doing. It's some stuff isn't going to go your way every single time. I'm not going to PB every single meet.
Mm-hmm.
So if I don't jump well some meet, I got to go back and be like, okay, did something happen? Did I not execute something? Did something not happen? Because like I did this, and this in training. I jumped this last week. So like what happened? What was different from last week to today? So I try to give myself like 24 hours. It's usually a little less, but I give myself 24 hours to kind of figure out what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Myself, and then kind of flush it and move on.
Flush it, move on. 24-hour rule, and show up and do the same thing the next day.
Yeah, and that's same thing for all sports too. It's not just track and field. That's what I like to do. I just like to learn from it. I don't like to just shy away from it. It's just like if you have a bad play on film, you're like, I hope they don't show that. But you gotta learn from it. Really, it's happened a lot to me, but you just gotta really sit back and learn. And
you do. Yeah, it's easier said than done. It's easy to sit here and talk about, I'm gonna flush it and move on. It's easy to sit here and talk about, I'm going to still show up and do the same thing every day, regardless of what's going on in my life or how bad things are going. But when you're in those moments and those doubts are creeping in, it's hard to self-talk yourself through it and kind of push through those barriers in your mind.
Yeah, like my buddy, it's his first year post-collegiate. He was a multiple-time All-American in college. First year post-collegiate, he went out this weekend, the worst he ever had in his life. So I kind of had to talk him through that. I'm like, hey, it's hard, man. You got honestly, it's cliche, but you just gotta flush it, move on, learn from it.
Yeah.
And like you can do this. You can do X, Y, Z.
I think for me, and I know a lot of people, it's the people you have around and the people you're speaking to on a regular basis when you're in those times when you need that vote of confidence from somebody. How do you approach like your relationships with the people around you? Because obviously, like you're in South Carolina, and it's probably, I know from my experience and talking to a lot of people, when you're really trying to be great at something, it's sometimes hard to maintain personal relationships at times. How do you approach like the relationships in your life with friends, family, everybody?
Yeah, it's got a great support system. So I got my best friend back home, Casey. I talk to him. I send him my videos. My coach, Jeff Coover, like I've mentioned before, he's done so much for me. I can't even fathom or explain what he's done. I talk to him almost every day. Actually, I talk to him because he makes my program stuff, and he's always there for me. My fiance, Chloe, who's actually the assistant recruiting coordinator for South Carolina women's basketball. I just got back from the game today. They won, so they're going to the Sweet 16.
Yep.
Just having her kind of just understand the world of track and field and how it works. Like, hey, I might be going to this meet next week. I might not be. I'll let you know.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's in California. Yeah, so just having that kind of just support system to help you out really means a lot to navigate through this. And like my best friend, Matthew Bolin, he's been through it. So we all kind of have that group where we can all collaborate on things and help each other out because we know how hard it is in this sport.
Yeah. Yeah. Having people that are doing the same thing as you and are on the same mindset, that to me is really life-changing. Like just being around people that are chasing the same thing as you, and you can talk through things. And if you're struggling with something, you can talk to them about it. If they're struggling with something, they can talk to you about it, and you can kind of bounce ideas off each other and keep each other's heads straight. That to me is a game changer.
Yeah, because especially for me, I just consider myself one of the best long jumpers in America because I'm right up there with all those guys. And like I train with Nara Hayes, who's been signed with Nike for 13 years, and she's made multiple Olympic teams. So it's nice to kind of have bounce ideas off of her, or like Matthew, who's made multiple world teams, and kind of just learn as much as
I went and trained with Kobe Hilton for my pro day. I had the same mindset. I was like, because I was in Denver at the time, and he was in Colorado Springs, and I kind of was connected to him through a guy named Chris Slatt here, and I knew of him, and I was like, if I'm trying to run fast, I want to be around the fastest person in my vicinity, and he's one of the fastest people in the country. So I was like, it was a no-brainer to go train with him, and I was training with my football group at the time, and their speed coaches were great. I love those guys, but I just wanted to be around somebody who was literally one of the fastest people, probably walking in the state. Like, he was probably the fastest person in the state of Colorado at the time. And just to be around that every day, I think helped me a lot. And I learned a lot from him.
I know, it's just a little different, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's been a journey though. I wouldn't trade it for the world, but we got some really, really big things coming for me.
You travel all over the place? Like, you're going to different countries and you're going all over the place for meets?
Oh, that's the plan this summer, is try to get a little bit of Europe, European Canada, get some meets in. But yeah, hopefully the USA can get some more high profile domestic meets. But
cool,
because I'm trying to just go against the best there is. Because I got a chip on my shoulder. I'm unsponsored. I'm just got a chip on my shoulder. I'm ready to go.
As you should. You got to use that chip.
Got to. It's going to be used for sure.
Got to use that chip. All right, Jake's looking at me. I think we're wrapping up for the day. This was awesome, dude. I feel like we could keep talking. We got a lot more to talk about, but
I know that. Hey, at some point. If you need a two, just know.
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate you coming on, man. Good luck with everything. Stay in touch.
Appreciate it, Chris. Thank you, man.
See you later.
Appreciate it.